Okay, so now we have, if we zoom out, kind of like a paperclip Martinsville kind of thing, and you can kind of see right here, if I unclick this, this is nice, round, it's even, and then this one kind of is sharp, and then it widens out. Which, it's kind of cool having it like that, because it has two different corners, so you have to tackle the corners two different ways. So now that you have the basic outline stuff, now I want to make this a mile-long track, so what you can do is I will go in here, take a tab, go to Google. I know, I like to take the cheater way out. And because the tracks are all based on miles, because Nascar is US miles, you have to do the conversion. So it's 1,480.35 meters, so 1,835 they say. Yeah, I'm bad at remembering. 1480. Wow, it's way off. Meters to miles. And then thank you, Google, for doing our translation or conversion for us. So wow, I'm actually really close to a mile here. So yeah, that's pretty much how you figure out how many miles your track can be. Yeah, so now I can't remember how my calculation. I don't know if I really thought about this. I could. It's 1 divided by, so whatever miles you want it to be, divided by how much your actual track is. I'll come up with the number that we want. Yeah. I think so. So we're going to copy that and we'll take it. The more numbers you take, the better, the closer it'll be, but this is fine. So when you go into here, now we want to make this a mile-long track, so we go scale track. This is pretty much going to make it bigger. So put in the number you had, and find your decimal point, and move it over 2 spots, I think it is. So 1, 2. Add your decimal point, so we're going to make it pretty much 8.713% bigger. 100% would be even, 50% is half, 200% is double, so. Here we go. So let's see how close we actually are. So 1609.33. Actually, if I just go. So when I say 1609.33. So yeah, that's close enough to a mile, I think. And just a reminder, it measures the distance where that purple line is. So if you follow that, it's just under a mile. Just under a mile. So if you're a little bit higher than that line, it's going to be a mile. So that's close enough, I think, for everyone to a mile. So right now, as it stands, you could pretty much get on this track right now, but we're going to do a couple more edits to it just to make it a little bit better. As you know, we have no pit road yet. We'll work on that in a bit, but first I think everyone wants a little bit of banking on this, because right now it's flat. It's as flat gets. So I didn't do this in the beginning, which would probably be a smart idea, is to add, you might have to zoom in because it will want to go into stuff that's really close to where you click, but you just right click. I don't know if I told you this before. Right click and it opens up this. And then you want to insert an X section. And that's, like I said pretty much before, it's another height thing. So right now from here to here is one height, and from here to here is another height, so we can kind of split into two height sections. So we could keep this flat like this, and then we could move this up, say, 5 meters. So from here to here, and make an even slant, or banking, from here to here, being 5 meters up from here. But we're going to go, I apologize, this is going to probably take a while, so I'll speed it all up and the line will shine up. I'm going to put a bunch of X sections around, and then you have to do the painstaking process of hooking them up, which I'll do later. I'm just going to put this in fast forward. I'll kind of show you what to do this quickly. Okay, so once you kind of get everything all the X sections down, it's the same with if you're making extra walls and whatnot, you can put them down in the beginning. Or if you're just adding more walls to a certain place, put them all down, get them kind of as close as you kind of can, you don't have to be like dead on. But like this, go to pretty much the center of it, get centered, zoom in, and then it makes it much easier to go and connect them. Just zooming out, going over, zoom in, line it up, over, and line it up, and then repeat. It can be a painstaking process. Zoom in more, boom, and I'll speed this up to get there in that painstaking process. Here, so I'm back. Finally got all that stuff sorted out. Now, you're going to want to make these look a little bit nicer, I think, but for testing purposes and stuff, I don't need to make it too much more different and stuff. So, I am going to make them look a little bit nicer and stuff. So, I'm going to move these. Oh no, like, really bad. That's one frame. Should be okay, yeah. Good. Just gonna move these a little bit farther out. Now it's best not to make anything touch anything else, because it can sometimes be hard to recover it. It'll be jammed in with all the other stuff, so I prefer to keep everything kind of away from things, just so you can move things around a bit. Oh, and I'm like really bad again. Try to do this with like 5 frames. As I say, I have 5 frames, and notice I'm down to 20. And back up to my 30. Okay. There we go, everything's kind of closer together now. Now, you want to go your height view. If it doesn't show up right away, click view, click height views. So when you get your height views, it will probably look similar to, just give me a second. Get this. That's another thing I should probably do. Save frequently. Sandbox does have a habit of crashing at bad times. I can better not now. I can stop recording grabs a little bit. Okay. It saved fine, so lucky, but make sure you save your work frequently. Sandbox does like to crash a lot, and at the worst time. I've moved my microphone a bit too, so I don't know if this helps. That doesn't help, I don't know. Hopefully it helps. Anyways, so going on to the height view, this is how you add banking and whatnot. So same basic controls. C moves it, X zooms out, Z moves in. I like to zoom out so you can kind of see everything and kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. I'll click on that so you can kind of see over here and over here. I like to move this all the way over for now, or pretty much all the way over, so you can still grab it later. So you'll see this little yellow arrow. It's very hard to see because I'm zoomed out, but that yellow arrow shows what you're moving, what you're currently clicked on. And we're currently clicked on this, so if you click on this dot, or don't freeze on me. If you click on here, you know, it's the far one. Click here, it's that one. So it kind of gives you an idea if you have, because when you get a track and you have like 10 different banking, like elevation slots, it gets really confusing which one you're actually on and which one you're not on. So right now we're on this one. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit, and you'll notice that you'll have 0.00 degrees. That is your banking. So we are flat right here right now. But we want to add some banking. Now, as we know, this is this, and then this one over here is this one. So if we increase this, it's increasing them both right now. Sometimes they'll like to stick together like this, sometimes they don't. So right now we'll move this back down. My mouse isn't liking to click right now. Maybe because I'm not unlocked all geometry, maybe? Or it's my mouse just... I'm on a laptop and I don't think my mouse touchpad thing is working very well. There we go, it's working now. So we'll try to get this as close to 0 as we can. So right now this is up quite a bit, and with the slant that it takes from here to here, with the elevation change, it makes 17.65 degrees of banking. Trying to think of a track that has about that much. It's slipping my mind right now, but I think 17 will be good. But right now we're on a straightaway, so we're going to want to have a little bit less than that, and it's stuck together still. So for straightaway we'll have a little bit less banking. Part of the problem that makes this really hard is having 1 frame per second. Because then you're not sure if you're actually clicking or not. And I'm currently at 1 frame per second. I'll move this around quickly. You can kind of probably see slow frames, I'm not sure. It's only when I try to click on something it likes to die. There we go. No, frames were coming back, but it appeared to stop now. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to be close enough. So we were going to go with 57 or 5.57 degrees of banking. Now this is that other little part that I said that you should have just before going into a turn or something. Pretty much the banking from here to here, or here to here, that's where it's going to start to change. It's slowly going to change from the beginning to the end. So if you have just one really long segment, it will take forever for your banking to go and change into a corner, and at the same time your straightaway will have a lot more banking than it should have, and it'll kind of keep going away, so it kind of throws you off and doesn't look as nice and whatnot. It's kind of weird. So that's why I say have a little bit of a segment here. You don't want it to be too small, otherwise it kind of acts as a jump, because it'll be a quick dip from like 5 degrees to 10 degrees of banking, and you know, there's going to be a huge hill there, and you're going to kind of have cars going airborne. So you kind of want to just kind of gently go into the banking. So we're going to kind of go up to kind of midway where I'm going to go. I'm going to go up to here for my corner banking, which will probably be at about 7 degrees. Or 17 degrees. So we're going from a 5.7 to 10.75, and then here we're going to go all the way up to our 17. And it's so laggy right now, it's hard to get everything pointed right. 1804, that's close enough. Again, taking our banking up. Dragging this one back down. Give you an idea where we are on the track. Zoom out a little bit. So we're now back on that little straight. Let's go see if this works. Drag that down a little bit. I have to fine tune it anyways, but that's okay. There we go. Back into a corner, so gradually work your way up. Sorry, I'm really quiet right now. I'm just there's not much to talk about. Kind of just tedious work. And that's what happens when you make a track. It's quite tedious. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I just found out I ran out of memory on my computer. That's why it just automatically stopped working. So I'm going to try to wrap this up, kind of. I have to do it in two parts, hopefully I don't forget what I was doing, but actually this is a pretty good place to stop. So I've got all the banking, and if you want to view your track before, without going in the game, just kind of get an idea of what it looks like, go to camera view, go mode, and then you can choose slew. Now one of the annoying parts of this is I don't know how to get out of it really easy. So slew is pretty much, you control it with your mouse, or you look. Left click moves you backwards, right click moves you forwards, in whatever way you're looking. So you can go up, down, making it kind of hard to really move where you want to follow the track and stuff, but you can work your way around and stuff. So anyways, this is what it looks like when you're moving around. And you can kind of see how your banking really makes jumps really easy. So you'll see right here, you can probably get a little bit of air when you come off this jump, when you come off the banking, and you'll get air time right here. But I'll show you that in the track later on. Likewise, entering the banking, you will sometimes get jumps like this. This will end up being a jump too, and I'll show you how to smooth that out later. And this will most definitely be a jump going down off of there, and we will need to fix that. But again, I'll show you that once we get into the track, into the track, and you'll see how easy it is to make jumps and stuff, and you don't want jumps. Anyways, to get out of this, I just go Alt-Tab, brings you out, and then it's a simple just going back to here, and then you have control of your mouse. If you want to kind of follow the track more, click driving mode, and it'll instantly put you onto the track. Right click is to go forward, left click go backwards, and you can follow the track. Use the What is it? Oh, it's the arrow keys. Use the arrow keys to move left to right. You can use the arrow keys to move forward, backwards. I just prefer to let the track do it for you, so let's go along the high side. And you can kind of get a grasp of the banking. Now it does it in the segments that in which they're created, and because we went backwards a little bit, it's going to throw it off a little bit when you're doing this. If you go out and back in, I think it fixes it. I'm not sure. Anyways, that's enough of that. I'm going to stop the recording before I run out of space on my laptop again. I'll try to make this video, compress it so I can get rid of all the frap videos, and then re-record part 2. Even though this is probably like part 10 or something by now. So until then, I'll see you later.